you all, thanks for tuning to Gambian Beauty 101. My name is Minsada. Today I'll be doing a 6-week review on my Filipino Spring Curl. I've had this here installed on this wig for 6 weeks now. I've alternated this wig and my body wave wig, which is right here, back and forth for the past 6 weeks. When I want something a little bit more subtle, I go with this, and when I want something more dramatic, I pull this bad boy out. So I do wear it to work, both of them. I just alternate. I don't care what day it is. I just go back and forth to in between these two. So this is a spring curl. I did get the 218, 16, a 14, and a 14-inch closure. But you can see it's cut down a lot, because when I first got it, it was almost waist length, because the 18-inch was very long, and I feel like for it to be so big, it was just overwhelming having it so big and so long. So I did trim it out, and this is the closure right here. The closure is a 5x5 closure. The closure is right here, so it's pretty long. So what I did was I just start with the closure, and I want everything to frame the closure part. So I wanted it to be really short. I was just trying to go for that Layla look from R&B Divas LA. So that's the look I was going for. It's very full, and I do have, I think, a half bundle of the hand tie weft. So I have 4 bundles of machine weft, 18, 18, 16, 14, and I have a half bundle of the 14-inch hand tie weft on top, because the wefts are thick, so it wasn't easy to space it out. If you want a look like this, I would recommend getting 4 bundles and just getting shorter lengths. You can get a 14, 14, a 12, and a 10-inch, and just get a longer closure, and it will give you this look without having to cut it. If I knew that, I would have just requested to get shorter lengths to begin with. And this texture is supposed to mimic kind of a kinky curly. That's what it looks like to me. It's very, very beautiful. Like, I get so many compliments with this hair. And this is after like 4 days co-wash. This is the bottom looks. So the closure is a lot coarser texture than the bottom bundles. If you wanted to make it look a lot natural, I would recommend leaving a little bit of hair out on the perimeter, especially if you're natural. I think your hair will blend perfectly. But since I did do a big chop not too long ago, I have no hair to work with. So I have no leave out, I have anything. So I just have this lace closure. So I just bleached the knots. I didn't pluck it or anything yet. So I just bleached it and just parted it and then wet it down. And when you wet it, even though this hair is very full, it gets very sleek. Looks like this. I kind of look like Rick James after I wet this hair down, and then after it dries, it gets puffy and luscious. Let me see if I can show you the other. Turn around, show you the back. I didn't put any color on this hair. I don't have a rinse on or anything like that. It's just this natural hair color. The closure is a tad bit lighter, but not by that much. So you can also put a rinse on it if you want it jet black or anything like that. They do have some bundles that are a little bit lighter, so if you put a rinse on it, it will show up. This bundle isn't light enough to put any kind of rinse on it that will show up. You can bleach it, but for it to be this process for this curl pattern, I don't recommend bleaching it, because I feel like it's just gonna change it. Like, I don't want to change the curl pattern or anything like that, or the texture. If I just want to keep it as is. If I do anything, I'll probably just dye it jet black, like a blue black, and that's it. But for now, I'm good. I'm not feeding for any color. That's why I got this wig right here. Where this one, the bundles were on top are a little bit lighter. So it did take with just one application of color, permanent color, without bleaching it. So again, this hair, when it comes to shedding, it does shed. And that's the thing with processed curly hair, processed hair in general. That's processed to kinky curly texture. It does shed. It's not like, oh my god, it's shedding everywhere. But when you co-wash the hair, that's when it sheds. When it's dry, you can't really notice anything. And I don't like put my hands all through it and stuff like that. But when it's dry, I don't notice any shedding. But when it's wet and I have to co-wash it, I've co-washed I think 3 times. I co-washed it when I first got it, and I will insert pictures. I co-washed it when I first got it, I co-washed it after I made my wig, and I co-washed it last week, I think. So that's it. So if you want to have it very uniformed, I will recommend using any kind of kinky curly product, but I don't have any product. I just co-washed it and then just let it air dry. Good to go. I didn't want to have it very sticky, or I didn't want the curls to be any defined. I wanted it really bushy and coarse like it is now. Let me see if I can zoom up and show you. Yeah, so that's how it is. And some of the ends are still very coiled, even though I cut it. I didn't use a razor. Normally when I work with curly hair, I do cut it with a razor, but it was like last minute. Like I wore it long for I think 2 weeks, and then I was like, this is so much hair, I can't do anything to it. So I was just in the mirror and I was like snip, and then I just had to snip everything off. Like I didn't know what to do with it, so it was like really big and long. Like I think I have a picture and I'll insert just to show you how it looks without cutting it. And with this hair, they do measure it in its natural state. So the 18 hit me like a 24 inch when I got it, so it was long. So if you like this length, it's not quite armpit length, but you like this kind of length, quite a little bit past your shoulder, I will recommend getting a 14 or 12 depending on how tall you are. If you like the long length, if you want them to hit your waist, you can get a 20, 22, or 18, and that will achieve the look you're going for. I am 5'8", so I'm a little bit on the taller side, and I feel like the hair was a very decent length. It wouldn't hit me on my waist at both angles, just more in the back because the wefts are so thick that it doesn't really cover that much area. Another thing I noticed about this hair, when it comes to tangling, when I co-wash it, it didn't really tangle. I do use my wet brush. I got this at Cosmo Pro, and this is the brush I normally use most of the time when it comes to this hair, because I just wet it and just brush it out, and then I don't have to deal with any kind of tangling and anything like that. And it does work great for wet hair, straight hair, wavy hair, or curly hair. So if your hair is wet, even in different textures, it's coarse, it's fine, it works really well. This is my go-to brush. I do use my Demon brush sometimes, but again, I didn't want the curls to be very defined. When it comes to taking color, I think that it will take good to color, because the other textures that I've had from them have taken very good to color, and I'm not really worried about doing that. Only thing I do notice, or I will tell you, that if you bleach it, it will loosen up. This is a little bit of the machine wet that I had. So this is how it looks right out of the packet before you co-wash it. Very defined spring curls. So after you wash it, that's when you get the texture and everything like that. So don't be surprised if you order it and straight out of the pack it's kind of like uniformed. As soon as you co-wash it or anything like that, it will start to do its own thing. The closure is a 5x5 closure. They do offer smaller closures, but I wanted my closure to be big because I didn't want to have to worry about all that stuff. And it's like from here to here, actually. Here, from here to here. That's how big the closure is. So if you want to, if you wanted to do that style people are doing now with a little knot on the top, you can do that with this closure, but I don't know, it's not gonna look on me, but you can do that style and it would still be cute and anything like that. And this is a lace closure. They do offer silk base closures, but for this one I just wanted a lace closure just to work with it a little bit more, because it's faster for them to process a lace closure than a silk closure. So that's how this closure looks. I will do a video and showing you the different textures that I have in case you're interested in ordering from them. I will show you the body wave texture that I have. I will show you the straight, the loose wave, the slightly wavy, and other textures like that in case you're wondering or in case you're interested in ordering from them. When I rate this hair, I would rate it a B+, because with the shedding, when it's wet, it's kind of not excessive, but it's more than I would like. It is high maintenance hair. It's not hair that you just get up and go. If you were to install this hair as a sew-in, I'm just thinking about the majority of people that do order hair. They do order hair for a sew-in, not for a wig nowadays. So if you're waiting for a wig, then girl, this is an A+. you know. But if you're wearing this hair for a sew-in, I feel like the wefts are thick, so you have to space it out a little bit more. You need more hair. And then if you have to cold wash this hair on your head, I feel like you might get more shedding. But this, I just cold wash it, put a mannequin, wake up in the morning, put it on. When I get home, put it back on the mannequin, you know. So that's how I maintain this hair and stuff like that. But if you were to sew in, I think it would be kind of high maintenance to me. I feel like I would probably just keep it in for a little while if it was to sew in, because it's a lot of hair for one. Like, you have to put in a pineapple every night, and it's a lot of hair to maintain every day and have it still looking beautiful. If you like it kind of bushy, I do have a friend that has the same hair, and she has two 12 inches and a 10-inch closure, and she has it installed and she just braids it up. It's like that, but I can tell that it looks a lot better on the wig than on that install, because she has to do it every day, and when she doesn't want to, and with this I can just do the top part and just let it air dry and not worry about it. So again, I will recommend this hair if you are used to kinky curly. If you're used to kinky curly hair and you're used to the maintenance of it, then you're good to go. If you're not used to kinky curly, if you normally do like the straight hair or the wavy or the body wave, this might be on the high maintenance side. And I feel like you'll be disappointed in having to maintain it a lot. I do have another friend, she has the same kind of hair. She's the reason I even wanted the hair, and hers is beautiful, and she has it sewn in. She thinks that it's low maintenance because she's used to different textures of hair. She's not a beginner. If you're a beginner, then this might not be something that you want to begin with. You might want to start with something a little bit less curly. So thanks for watching, and God bless.